If you're not direct with someone, you won't get paid. Absolutely. Yeah. Here's the other thing. How many of you guys have been in a CMA or a seller appointment over the last couple of weeks? Right. Bunch of us. Right. Now here's the thing. I'm going to tell you guys right now, the most important meeting that you have, the most important interaction that you have with a seller lead or a CMA or a home evaluation or if they're buy first, doesn't matter. The minute that you're at their house, giving them a price on their house, that is in fact the single most important interaction you're going to have with that person. Because what ends up happening is if you do not get that pricing correct, you will not get paid. I said to Chris the other day, before he headed out on a CMA on Commonwealth, I said, whether you get paid or whether you don't get paid, it's going to determine on what you do next. So please remember one thing, price tight, price fair, don't price to project, price as is. Price tight, price fair, and do not price to project, just price it the way it is today in the market, not what you forecast. It's what it is today. How far back should you be going with your comps?
30 days, 60.
30 to 60, yeah, I would say that. Here's the thing, the ultimate question to that is, let's say you've got a regular buyer, sub-million, not $1 million one that takes a year, 2 years, 3 years to buy. Let's say you've got a sub-million, motivated client, someone who you've met with and they're ready to buy, just waiting for the right house. Give or take, how long are they in the market?
36 months?
Yeah, 3 months, 3 to 6 months. So what I would do is I would base your comps on that particular property based on how long that segment of buyers in the market. If you've got a buyer that's hot and horny, just got pre-approved and they're ready to buy, they're not going to be in the market for 6 months. Some of them will. The majority of them are going to buy in sub 3 months. So you want to make sure that your comps are reflective of that. When you have a condo, do not make the mistake of running just that building. Because when you have condos, whether it's, let's just say, David Burgee, for example. You guys all know where David Burgee is, right? In the Activa area. That thing has more than one address. Right? It's not just, I think it's 165 David Burgee, something like that. But there's also a neighboring complex that you have to take into consideration. Green Valley, those 2 towers up there. You got to use both towers. So the issue is when you sit in front of a client and you say, this is what your home is worth, they're going to say, well, the one next door just sold. And you're going to be like, shit, I only brought this building. So please don't get caught with your pants down. How do you do that? Well, the best way to do that is honestly the way that I do it. I just open up Matrix, I put in Green Valley, and then everything in that building will come up for sale in that Green Valley search, but I'll also see what else is in that area that's selling. Now, it's not all comparable. You go to Green Valley, you go to 165 and there's 450. You go down the road and there's 650. So just make sure your comps are in alignment, but you don't want to get caught with 2 different complex addresses when it's the same development. So be very, very careful. That's how you will lose a listing.